Hey folks, let's take a look at non-farm payrolls that just dropped today. So this data definitely caused the markets to drop, and we're going to talk a little bit about it. So if we're just looking at the US non-farm payrolls, this data actually, it actually looks good right now. So here's what we're looking at. We're looking at this September data. It came in at 263. We were actually forecasting 250,000. Now, if we're looking at August, this was 315,000. If we're looking at July, this was 528,000. So, we are seeing smaller numbers. Now, the non-farm payrolls, what this is actually representing, it is data that's collected by the BLS, and it's essentially just telling us a measure of workers in the United States, and that excludes farm workers and workers in other areas such as government, private households, proprietors, and nonprofit employees. So, obviously we want this data to come in lower. Now let's go ahead and take a look at United States average hourly earnings month over month. So this data basically came in flat, but you have to remember that these numbers are in percentage form. So if we go and we look at the actual data, it might reflect something a little bit different because sometimes, you need a large amount to cause these percentages to actually increase or decrease. Now let's go ahead, let's take a look at the United States average hourly earnings year over year. So this came in at 5%. Over in September, this was 5.2%. So, it's still very, very elevated. And just to give you a sense of how elevated this is, we're going to look at 2019 data. So over in 2019, we were seeing average hourly earnings, year over year, that was around 3%. So being the fact that we're at around 5%, definitely not good. That's wage inflation. Now, US unemployment rate, we want this number to be going up. But here in September, it went down 3.5%. So let's go ahead, let's actually look at the BLS data. So they give us this employment summary situation, or situation summary is what I meant. So if we just scroll down a little bit, they give us a bunch of tables. Now the table that we want to pay attention to is this employment situation summary, table B, establishment data, seasonally adjusted. So we're going to go ahead, we click into that, and we can see a breakdown of the different categories. So keep in mind these numbers are actually over the month change in thousands. So we're looking for data here in September versus August that is very notable. So if we're just looking down this row, let's just take a look right here. Something that I noticed right away is this right here. So over in the prior month, we were seeing this retail trade, it was at 42.6. It dropped to negative 1.1. So we're losing jobs here. Now, let's go ahead. Let's take a look at this right here, transportation and warehousing. We lost jobs here as well, negative 7.9 versus the prior month, which was 5.4. Let's see if we could see anything else. Right here, government. So losing jobs in government. It was 40 last month, negative 25 now. So these are some of the major changes that we're seeing here in the sectors. So let's go ahead and scroll down a little bit more, and we see hours and earnings of all employees. Now, if we're just looking right here, we're looking at average hourly earnings. We can see that last year in September, this was 30.92. And then here in, let's see, what month is this? That's July. So here in July, it was 32.27. August, 32.36. September, 32.46. So we are seeing wage inflation, you guys. I mean, these numbers keep going up. Ideally, we would want that to go down a little bit because, if inflation is going down, you would think, oh, maybe wages will follow suit. So that's basically where we're at, Data's not really good. Now let's go ahead and see how the Fed funds futures reacted. So this is what the CME FedWatch tool is basing it off of. It's basing data off of the Fed funds futures as well as the FOMC projection data, their dot plot. So right here, we're looking at a 76.8% chance of a 75 basis point rate hike. So, you know, buckle up basically. And I hope you guys enjoyed this data and have a good one.